What's up guys, this is Ashish Tiwary here and you are watching TechnoTips ASP.NET MVC tutorial. So this is part 61 of this video series, and in this tutorial I'm gonna give you my complete project of repository pattern. So basically I'm gonna show you how can you download and set up it on your local machine. Okay, so first of all let's have a look at the features of this project. So the first thing you will be getting is the multi-layered architecture, where I have created 4 different layers, that is web layer, business layer, data access layer and the domain layer. Okay, the second feature is the repository pattern, where I have created generic repository methods. You just only need to call those methods and get the data back. The third feature is the dependency injection. I have implemented the same using MVC5. You can also use different plugin like structure mapper or inject maybe. The fourth one is the JQuery data table that includes CRUD operation, paging, searching and external searching. I have also used the Bootstrap for my user interface design. Then I have used the partial view for rendering my sidebar menu, and as well as for rendering dynamic data into my Bootstrap model. Alright, and I also have implemented the AutoMapper for object to object mapping. That could be a great feature in this project. The second last one is the entity framework, and the last one is the use of view models and the domain models. Okay, now let's have a look on the browser. So this is my project. Here you can see the list of employees, and with the CRUD operations, let's click on this to add new employee. You can select the department, you can enter the name Lara London. Okay, now you can save this record. Okay, now let's search record for Lara. Okay, here you can see Lara QN London. Now let's edit the record for Ashish. Here you can see when you click on that, using the partial view, you can see the dynamic data has been rendered to this model, and here I can update the department of the ID, let's say marketing. So update that. Okay, so here you can see Ashish has the department marketing. Now next is the paging. When you click on the page 2, you can see the next record for that. Okay, now here is your page 1, and here you can see the total record is the foreign, and you are having only 10 records on the first page. Okay, and now this is the external search functionality. Okay, so here you can type your name, like say Ashish, and then enter. This could be act as an external filter. So here you can see 2 records, so there is a 2 entry for that, and it displaying the 2 records. Now if you want to delete any record, then you can just see, I'm just deleting this first record. Okay, when you click on that, you will be getting confirmation and then confirm. Now Ashish record has been deleted. Now you will be having only 13 records. Now this side menu has been rendered using the partial view, and then this model data has been rendered using the partial view. Okay, here you can see listing of record, adding new record, editing existing record, deleting record, and searching, and then external searching filter. Okay, you can also send the OTP. Right now it will not be working because I have removed the setting. You can just watch my previous tutorial for sending OTP. You can just configure it using your own ID maybe. Okay, now let's have a look on the project. So first of all, I'll just show you the first one. So multi-layered architecture. So here you will get 4 layers: your web layer, business layer, domain layer, and repository layer. That is your data access layer. Now repository pattern. So let's extend this repository layer, and here you will see the infrastructure folder where you will see the contract, that is the interface, the base repository where I have defined some standard methods like single or default, get all, insert, update, update all, delete, and exist. Now this is your concrete class where you can find the actual implementation of those methods. So for single or default, here you can see it's returning the first or default method. You just need to pass only the where condition. Similarly, in this generic methods, using the lambda expression, you can pass your condition and you can get the result. Get all, we have the insert method, we have update. Here you can see you just only call this insert method and pass your entity, your data will be inserted. Okay, and here you can see the page record for pagination. You just need to pass the order by, page number, page size, and the where condition. It will return the page record. Okay, so these are the generic methods, and here is your unit of work where I have defined the database context. Okay, now this is all about the generic repository. Here you can also see the MVC tutorial entities. When you click on that, you will be having your entity diagram, and also you can see all the entity. I'll also provide you the script of the database so that this could be working with your system also. So here you can see country, department, employee, image store, etc. Okay, so this is your data access layer. Now come to this. This is your repository pattern, and then dependency injection. Here you can see on web layer, just extend that. In the app start folder, you can see unity.config. So here in the unity.config file, I just need to pass the interface and the concrete class name, and this dependency resolver is going to give me an instance of the object at the runtime. Okay, now here if you see the test controller, here you can see in the controller constructor, I have passed the object of the employee business. Okay, and here you can see at the runtime I will receive an object of this business, employee business, because I have just configured it into the unity.config file. Okay, now in the test controller, here you can see on the UI, whatever functionality we have implemented, all these methods can be found here in the test controller. So here is my index. There I am just returning the department list for my drop down. Here you can see use to bind the department drop down. Okay, I have also mentioned a lot of information here, and this is for get employee. You can filter using by simple search, by employee name for external search, and then for total record, if you don't have any filter on that, get all employee without any search parameter. Okay, control MO, and this method is going to perform the add edit operation. Okay, here you can see it's returning the partial view. Okay, it's retrieving the I'm just passing the employee ID and it will return me that employee record, and using this model and this partial view I will be getting here. You can see on the view, you can see. So this method was called. Now you can delete the employee record here, and the side menu, here you can see using the this method has been called on the view, and it returns me the partial view of this side menu. Okay, so where is that? Just extended view, and you will be having shared, and then it's returning me side menu, or this one. Just double click on that, and here you can see. Okay, so this HTML content will be rendered here on the left side. Okay, and where it is called in my test controller in index. Okay, and just right click here and just go to view, and there you will see this HTML.render action, your test controller, and your side menu method. Okay, so this will render your side menu. See, and using the Bootstrap, here you can see I have designed, like I have used the whale class. Then here you can see this is my table, and this is my model, Bootstrap model, confirm delete model, success model, and here you can see for JQuery data, here you can see on the document.ready it's calling the bind table method, and here using the O table, here you can see using the data table dot this method, here be server side ajax source function server data, it returns me the list of employee records. Okay, here you can see this method has been called get employee record on the test controller. Control MO, here is get employee record, this method. Okay, now Bootstrap feature, partial view features you have seen, jQuery data table you have seen, and now the AutoMapper. So for AutoMapper, here you can see the infrastructure folder, there you will find AutoMapper web profile, and there you can see create map method. You can pass your domain model and the view model. So when you use the AutoMapper in your code, then it will just copy the domain model data to the employee view model directly, object to object mapping. Okay, so here is the reverse mapping, and in the global ajax I have just, here you can see global ajax, here you can see AutoMapper web profile dot run. That method has been called to initialize the AutoMapper web profile. Okay, in this method, so initialize this one, and now in the controller you can see how to use the AutoMapper. Now get employee record, just extend here, and here you can see AutoMapper.map, and just pass to list employee domain and then employee view. Notice that both should have the same property. Here you can see employee ID, name, department ID, address. Okay, and in my domain model it will also have the same properties. Here you can see, so right click here and go to definition, employee ID, name, address. Okay, now in the domain model we have taken all the models. Here you can see department ID, here you can see employee domain. Okay, this domain layer. So these method will help you to communicate between business layer and the web layer. Okay, we are just retrieving data from the data access layer or repository layer and putting them into the domain layer, and from domain layer to view layer we are transferring the data. Okay, now here is our logic layer, that is business logic. Here you can see we have the interface, employee interface, where we have defined the get employee record, get employee by ID, all these methods. Notice that these methods are used for the repository controller. Okay, in my previous tutorial of repository pattern I have used these methods. Okay, but for these functionality you have to use these methods. Okay, also you can have, I have put the description also. Department business, this is employee business. Here you can see used in the test controller. Okay, for these functionality I have created the logic here and extend it, and here you can see get employee, and in the employee repository here you can see we have created the instance of that here, and I have passed the unit of work, and then I have called this get paged record method, that is the repository method, and I have passed, here you can see the where condition, and then order by, then page number, and then page size. Okay, and then it will return me the list of employee. Okay, you just only need to pass page number and page size, so this could be very helpful. And then we have the search employee by employee name. Okay, this is for the external search, this one. Now close the reason. These methods are used in the repository controller. You can see get all employee and add updated. Okay, so here you can see this is the sample that I have explained in the previous tutorials. Okay, so I hope all functionality I have mentioned here has been explained. Here you can see multi-layered architecture, repository pattern, dependency injection, use of JQuery data table, CRUD operation, paging, searching, external searching. Here you can see the external searching, and this is the simple searching. It is used by the JQuery data table. If you want to pass your external parameter, like if you want to create external filter, then you can create for this. You can pass it as an object into this JQuery data table. Okay, I'll just show you the code for that also. Just open test controller, get record, and go to index, and then go to view, and there you will see here employee name. Okay, and this name has been AO data. We are just adding to this AO data array, and push employee name equal to name and value equal to name. Okay, you will be getting. And then one thing is that this data table params, this is a class where I have just defined the necessary attributes that is used in the JQuery data table. So I display start, I display length, I column. Okay, so these are used. And also in the models you will be getting that same. Here you can see, forget about these models, my shop models. These are used in the previous tutorials, that is very old. Okay, so I hope you understood the project architecture and how this project is working. Also for ODP, I just want to show you, in the test controller we have the side menu, and for OTP here you can see extend this region, send OTP, enter OTP, and verify OTP. These three methods. in send OTP, here you can see the code. You can just pass your recipient number, you can just give it in your web.config, and then API key. When you register into the textlocal.com, then you will be receiving API key. Just watch my previous tutorial for this. Okay, there I have explained each and everything. Okay, so you just need to pass your number and the API key, and your data will be sent. Okay, go to web.config, and here you can see API key. It's my API key, you can use that for instance, but I think only 10 text messages will be available. And this is recipient number, you can just enter your number and just try that. Okay, and this is your connection string. So whenever first of all, let me show you the step to download and then how to configure that. So visit technotips.blogspot.com and just scroll down, and here I have mentioned all these steps, that the project architecture. Okay, and there you will find these steps. Here are the steps to download and set up the project. So download the project zip file here. So by clicking on this link, you will download the complete project. Okay, and then after that, just create a database with the name MVC tutorial, and then execute this script. Okay, and then you just need to upgrade your connection string. Okay, because in my connection string the data source is HPPC SQL Server 2014. Okay, so you just need to update that. Here you can see data source HPPC, so make sure to update that, otherwise it will not be working. Okay, and here are the list of each and every part. If you want to see that, you can just click on that and you can watch from 11 to 60. When you click on this link, this website will be opened. Okay, and here you can just click on this button, download, so whole project will be downloaded. This project will consist the database script and your solution. Okay, now when you open that, here you can see, so this is your database script and this is your project file. Okay, so here is your database script. So here you will see I'm using the MVC tutorial. Okay, this is my database name. Okay, so if you create a database with different name, then you just need to update that. Okay, but also in that case you will be needing to update the entity framework. Okay, for that you can watch part 26 of this video series, how can you update that. Okay, so you can see this script can be, you can select all, just copy to the SQL Server and you can execute that. Okay, so after executing that script, you will be having these datas. Here you can see these tables: Ashish, attendance, country, not attendance, department, employee, employee info. Some of the few tables you will be getting here, like you can see with data I have inserted, like image store, sites, and then site user that I have used in the previous tutorial. All you will be helping. Okay, so after executing that script, just go to your repository here and just delete this entity edmx. Okay, or else you can just update that, or you can just update this connection string, and here you can just update the provider. HPPC. Okay, and if you change the database name, then you just need to change this one, MVC tutorial. That is your database name, and rest thing will be fine. So the same connection string has been used in the web layer also. You can see in the web config, here you can see. So two things you will be needing to update. Alright, so for updating entity framework, you can watch part 26 of this video series. Okay, now I think I am done with the demonstration and downloading and setting up. Okay, alright, so I hope you like this video, and if you like it, then give a thumbs up, and do share this video among your friends and help them too, and let them also get benefited from the complete project of repository pattern. Okay, so thank you very much, have a great day.